I'm your host, Jitnika from Canberra. Your co-hosts are Sahanya, Antibajra, Udara, Abiru, and Hasiru. Our agenda today will be a mindful refresher by Sahanya, mindful yoga done by Antibajra, mindful walking and sitting demo done by Udara, Abiru, and Hasiru. Then we'll have a walking and sitting practice, mindful activity, and reflections with Bante. Before we begin, I would like you all to make sure that you have a t-shirt for our mindful activity. Now over to Sahanya for our mindful refresher.
My name is Sahanya and I'm from Sydney. I made a short animation to help you refresh your memory about what mindfulness is. I hope you enjoy.
What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is when we are in the present moment and we are focusing on what we are doing. Usually, our mind would be wandering around and you would find it hard to pay attention. Our mind acts like a bouncy ball. Just like a ball bounces from one place to another, our mind bounces from one thought to another. Daily mindful walking and sitting can help you become more conscious of what you are experiencing through your senses. Your mind will bounce around less frequently. As you practice mindfulness regularly and patiently, you will become more aware of your thoughts. This way, you will realize if you are distracted, and then you can bring your mind back to the main focus. This new skill will assist you to complete your daily tasks efficiently and effectively. Let's keep on practicing mindfulness. Thank you for your time.
Next, we will have our mindful yoga. Before I hand it off to Auntie Bajra, please sit somewhere comfortable on the floor for the yoga. Now over to you, Auntie Bajra.
We are doing some simple yoga exercises today. First, I would like to sit comfortably and raise your hands up. So I can't see you all, but you can see me. Just raise your hands up and close your eyes and start breathing. Breathe into your nose and open your mouth and breathe out. Just we do 5 times, okay? From now onwards.
Okay. Now we will have our mindful walking and sitting session by Udara, Abiru, and Hasiru.
Thank you, Jitnika. Hello everyone, I am Udara from Canberra. I'll provide a quick recap of the instructions for mindful walking and mindful sitting together with Abiru from Newcastle and Hasiru from Sydney. First, we will do mindful walking. Mindful walking is not hard to practice. It is just a normal walk, but we do it mindfully. There are a few things you can do to prepare for a mindful walk. Firstly, find a good place you can do it on and mark the distance you are going to do the mindful walking. It is good if you can select about 20 feet in a straight line. Please stick to this distance. Now, Abiru will show his walking distance and space. Once you have marked your path, you would stand at the starting point and keep your hands together at the back or front, whatever works for you. Keep your eyes focused 1 or 2 meters on the ground in front of you. Now you can start walking. Abiru will now demonstrate. You would go to the end and stop. Turn, pause, and start again. Now, together with Hasiru, I will cover the instructions for mindful sitting. Mindful sitting is when you know you are sitting mindfully. There are no specific rules that we must sit in a certain position, but it is important to sit comfortably, sit with your spine back straight. If you are sitting on the ground like Hasiru, you can choose a half lotus position. Hasiru, can you please show how this is done? Or you can try a full lotus position. Hasiru, can you please show how this is done also? He is doing it very comfortably. This might not be easy for many of you. That is okay. Whether you're sitting on the ground, a chair, a bench, or a cushion, it doesn't matter. Keep your back straight, comfortable, and relaxed.
Okay, I will take 3-4 minutes for guided meditation. Please be seated comfortably, preparing for 15 minutes of sitting meditation. So we are in a difficult situation as far as the world is concerned, but lucky enough, we are in the same mindful family, mindful group, mindful school. So we are going to have 15 minutes of 15 minutes of sitting. So we are very lucky.
I hope you all had a nice mindful walking and sitting session. We will now have our mindful activity, which will be folding clothes. There are many ways to be mindful in our daily life, as you just did now, mindful walking and sitting. And also, as we did in last Sati Pasala, where we mindfully combed our hair. There are many activities you do in your daily life, and folding clothes is one of them. We'll be folding a t-shirt, which you should all have by now. And we're not going to fold it like normally. A lot of you, we're going to fold it a different way. Of course, you can fold it however any way you want. There's so many ways to fold a t-shirt. This was a way that was developed by Marie Kondo, and this is the way that I fold my t-shirts because I just like it, and I find that it's an easier way to store them. Now we will be doing our reflection and Q&A with Ante. We'll just be going over the observing trees, and maybe even we might go over some mindful walking and sitting meditation reflections. I suppose I'll go first. I'll read out my reflection. The trees around me were constantly moving, going from side to side. There are many trees around me. The one that interested me most, however, was a very small tree. There were barely any branches on it. The leaves were very strange and interested me as they had a very shiny, green, smooth feel on one side, and then a soft brown on the other that felt almost like fur. It was the same for every leaf. The other trees looked very large and thick. However, upon going closer to them, I realized that the leaves just made the tree look very thick, as it was covered in a lot of leaves.
Swaminatha, so this activity that everyone did was to observe trees, go outside and observe trees and look at the leaves and mindfully. So they're just presenting their review of that activity.
Good. That when I was a boy, we heard when a child is reaching the tree itself knows. And if you destroy the tree, and the tree is getting shrink, and if you love the trees and touch it with very kindness, the tree also can feel. And therefore they reported trees branches toward the houses are more putting up flowers and fruits because they get connection and sounds and kind of thing. So accordingly, some people used to have musical recordings and keep it in the paddy fields to let the plants to feel. I mean, there are some people around you, like. So likewise, when you feel when your mother is coming closer, trees also having that kind of feeling, and therefore always try to love the living plants, not only living creatures, and they will respond you in a very healthy way. They will also emit good vibration, may or may not be, you can feel it back, but when you try to do it again and again, trees will respond, and specifically boys and girls, Sati Pasala boys and girls with the green fingers already would have noticed it. We will move to the next response, please.
Thank you all for participating this week, and thank you co-hosts for co-hosting this. And
Yeah. Thank you, Jitnika. So let's all worship Loku Swamin Wahanse and thank him for being with us today by saying sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
sadhu.